Today we're talking about the new Drakari Combat Patrol, one of the best ones that Games Workshop has released so far, I think. Hello and welcome back to Auspex Tactics, where today we're going to be feeding the desires of Commoner and talking about the Eldar with the attitude problem. Yesterday Games Workshop revealed this week's pre-orders, the Drukhari Codex, new dice and data cards, Piety and Pain, and perhaps most interestingly of all, this new Combat Patrol set. So the way it's shaping up at the moment, Combat Patrol Drakari contains basically nothing but really good units. Of course the Drakari forces themselves are separated into Cabals, Cults and Covens, and this box is a Cabal box, which I think is kind of fitting for the start collecting box for them, as I'd say they're the most general purpose of the three Drakari factions, the Witches and the Homunculi just being a little bit more niche. In the box you've got an Archon, 10 Cabalite Warriors, 5 Incubi, a Raider and a Ravager. With so few HQ choices, the Archon's basically always going to be useful, possibly one of the most common HQ choices to include in the Drakari army. Those 10 Warriors can fill out either 1 or 2 troops choices, and look pretty decent for holding objectives with that new 4+ armor save as per the new codex. Raiders are pretty much ubiquitous for the Dark Eldar. Perhaps the most iconic image of their army is a big squad of murderous elves jumping out of this thing, and they've generally always been solid choices as the editions go by. And then the Ravager, a nice all-round gun platform for the army, which has generally remained a popular choice. Perhaps the most niche unit of the box are the 5 Incubi, which haven't been amazingly good throughout 8th edition, I admit, but we saw the new revised profile for them around Christmas time, and unless they take some sort of crazy points hike, these guys are looking absolutely murderous for their low cost, hitting on 2s with nice general purpose high AP multi-damage weapons. I would be really surprised if Incubi aren't a strong pick in the new codex. Every Combat Patrol box that has come out so far is either £85 or $140. There's no real reason to think that they'll break this trend with the Drakari, and as it goes it's a fairly decent deal on them for around about £134 or $223 worth of stuff. It's one of the better ones at around about a 37% discount. I believe that puts it at better than all the Space Marine ones barring the Blood Angels one. Overall I think it's really quite a nice mix, and it's quite good that it's got different units into Piety and Pain, and also the previous Drakari Start Collecting box. That was the one with the Succubus, Venom, Witches and Reavers in. I think it's really quite cool that Piety and Pain will give you a fairly decent start to a Witch Cult, and then this one can add you a sizable amount of Cabal reinforcements. Overall it's really nice to be able to be quite so positive about a Games Workshop release. They've done so much better with this one than the Death Guard one, which was really trying to railroad you down just one very specific build in the army. I think perhaps the nicest thing about this box is that it has Incubi in it. They're some of the most recent sculpts for the Dark Eldar, are quite expensive to buy individually, so it's pretty cool to have them at a discount, particularly as they're looking so strong. Otherwise it's looking like a really quite heavy release weekend for Warhammer 40k. We've got the Drakari Codex, the new data cards and faction dice as you can see down here, Piety and Pain with the new Lilith Hesperax and Sisters of Battle Palatine in it, Warzone Charadon, the Book of Rust, which as we know is now going to feature some supplement rules for the Cult of Strife, maybe not the most helpful release alongside Codex Drakari. Seems a bit mean not to put that in the same book to be honest. And finally the Plague Purge Mission Pack. I believe that's some Crusade rules for Warhammer 40k with some Death Guard focused missions. I'll most certainly be keeping up with the previews as they come out, and will get reviews done for all the books just as soon as I can. If you'd like to see more then feel free to subscribe to Auspex Tactics. I've no doubt that we'll start to get leaks both from Warhammer community and elsewhere this week, so I look forward to covering those, or just check back if you'd like to see other videos later. Finally, if you would like to help support the channel, I'd just like to mention that I have a Patreon page down in the video description. It is what allows me to cover quite so many videos like this, so if you are enjoying feel free to give it a look. I do try and give out some decent rewards to Patreons, such as seeing new videos early, regular votes to see what sort of things come next, and automatic entry into the prize giveaways, where next month we'll have the chance to win a couple of copies of Piety and Pain. If any of that sounds good, or you'd just like to help support, the link is in the video description. In any case, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.